Good day and welcome to Mission Convention seminar called Media for Christ. In the first session, I will show you how to use a video as an advertising tool on Facebook ads. Second session, I will give you some practical tips on how to create a video, how to shoot a video, and also a bit of audio. But it will be only be practical tips on how to get you started in the second session. When you use media for outreach, to reach people, your friends and so on, maybe with a verse a day, or maybe you've got a devotion every week you send to friends and family and colleagues, or maybe you'll send them some YouTube link to them or Facebook link to them and share some thoughts on spiritual matters, and also to help them grow in their spiritual growth towards Christ, in their relationship with Christ. That's good. Go on with that. But today, the vision is more, how will you reach the people you don't know? How will you reach people maybe of a different faith group? Maybe you want to reach some Muslim people, or maybe you want to reach some Hindu or atheist, or even other Christian groups, people you just don't know. How will you reach them? Because you don't know them. Now with Facebook ads, you can do this. You can have a specific target group you want to target, and you can advertise to them your product. Now in this case, I have a book called Steps to Christ, Afrikaans Skrede na Christus, and we've done a advert where we advertised Steps to Christ to a specific target group, a small town with about 17,000 people in it, and about 40% of them were Afrikaans. So we want to target that specific group in a specific location. Now you can do that with your advertisement via Facebook, also Google, but today we're going to look at Facebook. So we've done this, and we created a small video, and then the video show on Facebook, and within 18 days we had the potential of 17,000 people who could have watched it. So when you scroll through Facebook, there's adverts that come through. You can advertise a car, a website, whatever you want, a business you wanted to advertise. But I want to advertise a book. People can read, can listen, or can download a PDF. So basically, what I want them to do is the video must intrigue them, and then they look at the video and they realize they've got a need for Christ in their life. And as they watch through the video, of course, the Holy Spirit help us, so we've got an extra help here. But as they watch through the video, they think to themselves, yo, look at this love that Christ has for humanity. And they can see it through the nature. And that's the first chapter of Steps to Christ, explaining that. And we've created a video that portrays that concept. It must be a short video, of course, 1 to 2 minutes max. And at the end of the video, we invite them to go to a specific website to go read this book for free. So they click on the link, and of the 17,000 people where it popped up in Facebook, 9,500 of them actually watched the video. Of the 9,500 people, 700 of them went to the website. So 700 of them potentially could read the book, download it, or listen to it, which are available on this specific website. And then finally, you need to create the ad that runs through on Facebook. So let's get going. Here's the video.
In die boek Skrede na Christus sien ons dat die skoonheid wat die aarde beklee 'n teken is van die liefde van God. Ons sien dit in die ewige gebergtes, in die statige bome, in die ontluikende knoppe en in tenger blomme. Alles in die skepping getuig van God. Dit wys op hom wat alles geskape het. In die groot boek van die natuur kan ons wysheid en krag en die liefde van ons Skepper sien. Is jy gekoppel aan jou Skepper? Ervaar jy sy liefdevolle voorsienigheid elke dag? Jesaja 45 vers 5 en 6. Ek is die Here, sodat hulle kan weet van die opgang van die son en van sy ondergang af, dat daar buiten my geen een is nie. Ek is die Here en daar is geen ander nie. Kom lees of luister gratis die boek Skrede na Christus by www.textoptext.co.za.
So how do we create this video? Firstly, you need to create a script. Script is just a few words that will explain the one who creates the video what to create. So we took the first chapter of Steps to Christ and we looked at exactly what was said there and tried to visualize what is said there. And but in Steps to Christ, it is the love, like you saw, it is the love of God for man that can be seen in nature. So we took a few of the main points in Steps to Christ and we created a script. For that you need somebody that may be good in words, but they only need to write a few words. Remember, a picture is 1,000 words already, so the video will create the rest of the words. You just need to write the main words, the main concepts. Secondly, what you need to remember is only 2 minutes max. 1 minute 30 seconds, 2 minutes max. You don't want a long video for advertisement. Then you need somebody that can speak very clearly, very, very inviting voice. Usually a deep voice works well, but you need somebody that has a steady tone and speak every letter very clearly. And most probably you've got an uncle somewhere you know that has a very deep voice that can speak very well. Create the video first and then you send the video to the person and let them then read your script in time with the video. And as you saw with the video we've done, the narrator will read and he will stop, and then he will read again and he will stop according to the music. Then you need to have the music that's neutral, but music that will catch the feeling of the message. Like our message is a feeling of peace. Our message was there's peace, there's love, something they needed. So the music must catch that feeling, and as soon as your heart hears the music, it will catch you and you will turn your face towards the TV, because this emotion that the music gives you is exactly what you needed. So you will speak to a need for the person, but the music must be in harmony with the message you want to bring across. You can't have heavy rock and roll and to say, listen here, I want to give you some peace. It can't clash. You can't have war music and then advertise peace. So you must have peace music with a peace message. Of course, you need some good footage. So either you've got somebody with a drone that can fly around and somebody that did some footage in the past, or you can go buy it. There's a lot of stock footage available. And then lastly, you can also go have a look on YouTube itself and download some videos there. You can't use the whole video from somebody else. That's plagiarism, alright. But you can use snippets of somebody else's work, and it must be a new production from that specific snippets you use, but you need to credit them and tell them that you did use it. Well, that's how the law works in South Africa. I'm not sure in other parts of the world, but you can. It's like when you write a book. I've got a book here, and whenever this person referenced somebody, it will tell you it referenced this and this person, and you can have a look where you found it, and then you can go and read the source yourself. So it's the same way you can create a video where you just reference other people and say, well, I did receive it. It was from CNN or BBC, Nature, and say, well, we used a snippet of 5 seconds of their 2-hour video, and you reference them. then you are legally allowed to do this. Alright, music is a bit of a challenge because music you can't use 5 minutes here, 5 seconds there, and so on. What we did is we know a few musicians and we asked them to create some music for us for a 2-minute slot, and they did it for the specific video. So with music it's a bit difficult because there's many times a lot of copyright on it. The one who wrote the words, then there's the one who wrote the melody, the songwriter. Then many times they're the same person, but sometimes not. Then there's the one who played the music, and then there's the one maybe who sang the music. And all of these people want some royalties. They want you to pay them to use their music. So the best is to go to YouTube maybe or Google and go look for free music and free tunes. You can find them, and there's some stock music you can go buy, and or like we did is we know good friends that has the same passion for the gospel, and we asked them to compose something for 2 minutes, and they did it, and they played it for us. Something else you can do if you don't know a composer and you know somebody who can play nicely music for you, you can always ask them to play music that's 50 years or older, because if the composer is dead for 50 years, there's no copyright on the music usually anymore. So it depends on the country and so on, but in South Africa, if the composer is dead for 50 years, you can use it, like hymns and so on. You can use those, and Mozart and all those people, you can use that music. Alright, but don't use me as a legal guide. Ask your own legal people to guide you on that. Alright. And then, how do you create a video? For you to create a video, you will need a program. Well, we used Adobe Premiere to create this specific video, and but there's free software as well. The one I want to propose to you is called DaVinci Resolve. So if you go to Google, just type in DaVinci Resolve, you'll find DaVinci Resolve 16. And if you go to the end, you scroll down to the end of the page, you'll find there is a few DaVinci Resolve options, and there's a free version. And then there's one that you can pay for in South Africa Rand. It's 6,750 Rand. And you can basically go and download it for free. Luckily, DaVinci Resolve work on Windows or Mac. And you need an i5, like an Intel i5, i7 at least, to do some video editing. You need about 16 gigs of memory, and that should do. A good screen card is really also a something you can look at. So any video editing software has a few steps you go through. You have your assembly, then your editing, then your color balancing, then you can add some effects if you really wanted to. Then you check your audio of the video, and the graphics is where you can add the text and many other graphics you want to add. And then of course you'll go to your rendering of the video. So first of all, with the assembly in Premiere Pro, in assembly you want to add a video here. So you can either right click here and say import, or you can of course just go to Finder and say this is the video you wanted to add. You just drag it in to this area here, and it will be in your list. So basically you first gather all the video clips and videos you wanted to add to your project. Then you go to this next phase, your editing, and in your editing you can drag the video in, the source files that you've got. So on the bottom here, say if in case, yeah, I'm busy with the actual video, we are editing now for you. So you take here's my Steps to Christ video. If I drag it here, and you'll see I can go through this whole video, and you can then choose which section of the video you want to add, and then you can add that to the end of your video or wherever you want to add it into your editing area. So if you press this button, you add it now to your video. So this is the whole video so far, which I've edited for you. And how it works is each block here represent a clip, a video clip. If I zoom in, so you can zoom in by dragging this a bit. If you zoom in here, you can see the video that I've made. Each clip here represents a video. And so if you make this a bit bigger, you'll see the video. Here you can see the videos coming through. Alright, so it's from top down. So whatever is in the top layer will show. So and then the lower one will show. If you make the opacity a bit less, it will be see-through to the next layer every time. So in this case, I've got the text on the top layer, and then I've got the video on the bottom layer. So the text here is basically the top layer and then the bottom layer. And of course, you've got your cut tools and your cut tool. So you cut the video in pieces. Say I can cut this video in 2 or 3 pieces, and then I can use my select tool to go and select it, and I can delete it and so on. So just undo. Alright, there's a lot of videos you can watch how to edit. I'm not going to replace that, which is on YouTube. So you create your whole video. Then of course after that you go to your color balancing. So the next phase, you got your color balancing, and here you can say, I need to be a bit more yellowish, and if you press the auto button, it's quite nice. It tells you what it suggests, but I don't like it so much. It can't be too light, overexposed or underexposed. There you can see the exposure, over and underexposure, and the contrast can be a bit more contrast, and so I can say, I'm too, it make myself pink or green, but that's the white balance you and the temperature you're playing with. The white balance is actually the temperature you're playing here, but you can add some pink to it or green as you please. And your saturation is the amount of color to enhance your color there. But I see I become more and more gray, more and more pink. All right. So if you're happy with your color, right, and then effects is basically that you can use a lot of effects. This is if you want to do green screening and all of that. This is where the effects come in. Basic effects is basically transitions. So if I want to transition between these two videos, not by a sharp cut between them, but you want to fade maybe between them, you can always have a video effect of transitions, and you can dissolve between the two. You can drag it between the two. There you see you've got a cross dissolve now. And then the audio, here you can set the audio of the video, and on the bottom all audio will play. It's not only like videos top down, all audio plays. So if you add the music to the bottom here, you can hear the music and all the channels, except of course if you mute channels, you can mute channels, or you can press the S for the solo track. Only this one should be played, but all of them will play. So if you play it, you'll see here the volume levels, and a normal voice must stay between minus 12 and minus 6 decibels. If it goes lower than say 18 decibels, you know people who can't hear that well, they will struggle to hear you. And minus 6 decibels must peak at minus 6 decibels. It mustn't go past minus 6. So I can put it louder and louder. So there it goes past minus 6, and then it starts to distort. So basically the zero shows you that the zero is the point where your speaker will distort. And then 6 decibels under the point where your speaker will distort. All speakers are made to handle a specific range of decibels. So the maximum it can handle is 0. and then under it will basically be minus 6 decibels. It implies that it will be 6 decibels under the maximum for that speaker. Now, of course, manufacturers make speakers to handle a bit more to be robust, but that's the ideal spot. Alright, so minus 6 decibels, and of course in the software world, the range of sound and the range of volume ends at 0. So over that it will be a flat curve. So minus 6 decibels is the maximum you should have. Alright. So for music, background music, minus 24 to minus 36 round about there should be good place for background music. Alright. And then if somebody sings with music together with it, run to minus 12. Don't go to minus 6. That's a rule of thumb for you there. And of course, you can add graphics. That's where you can add your text. And then your rendering. Your rendering, here you can choose H.264. And it's the basic one these days to use. And you can say you match your source bitrate, which is the best. But you can always also optimize it for YouTube or for our Facebook itself, Facebook 720p, and then yeah, you can render it according to that. Right, with DaVinci Resolve. Now I see I've got DaVinci Resolve 14 here, already 16 is out. So with DaVinci Resolve, you create, of course, a new project and just say test, and to show you the same kind of concept here. On the left hand side is where you drag all your clips into this area here, and then you've got the next phase is where you start with your editing and making your clips shorter and so on. The next phase is where you do your coloring, and then of course you've got your sound, which you can add then, and then you're ready to render it. I know with DaVinci Resolve 16, the later version, there's also a section here where you can add your graphics. So it's the same pattern with all the video editing software. If you've learned one, the next one will be quicker to learn. So choose a platform, choose a program you want to use, and run with it and enjoy your editing. And the next step will be to create your website. So let's go to the website. So when you log in with WordPress, you'll see this is your dashboard here, and it will show you many statistics and so on. But to create your website itself, you need some pages on your website. So each page you create, you'll have a list of your pages. And for example, I have created a page here for Steps to Christ, chapter 1. So when you press the edit button here, you'll find that the edit button, just load it. While it's loading, this is now my page I'm going to create. It's chapter 1 now, just to show you. And in this we've got a header and just a picture of the photo, we've got a header here, and then you've got a picture of the cover page or the cover of the book, and then we've got just another header, just say Steps to Christ chapter 1, and here they can listen to the specific chapter, or they can download it, or they can read it. And so to do that is actually not so difficult on text to text. So first of all, when you create a new page, you will find, let's create a new page, pages, and you just say add a new page. You'll have a blank page. You see there's a place for a title, so you can just write Steps to Christ, and yeah, you can just write whatever. You can go copy paste from a Word document. You can copy paste your whole Steps to Christ, or out of a PDF. You can copy paste it and edit the text. So you can go fit some text, and you just copy the text over and you paste it in here, and it has been added. So interesting enough, here you can see that this argument is from the harvest motive, um, has been set to a header. Because why? This has been set to a header in Word. So if you've got a document in Word and it has been set in Word for headers and normal script or strong, that style will be copied with it to WordPress. So that's actually quite nice. So you can set the headers you want to in Word, and when you paste it here, it will actually in WordPress have that specific style connected to it. Of course, here you can set the header to a smaller header, and you can make it bold, italic, and so on and so forth. You can do the same on the right hand side here. So here you've got many paragraphs coming through because from Word, and even some separators you've got from Word that will come over. So Word and WordPress actually works quite hand in hand. And so I think as I want to add now the MP3 people need to listen to. Right click, open a new tab. So here you can add media, and you can drag your file, or you can select a file from a finder, the MP3 file, to this area here. And so let me show you the media we've got. So here's a lot of media at the moment, and say this is now the MP3 you want to link to one of the files you've uploaded. So you just go to edit the file, and on the right hand side you'll find there is the URL for the file. This URL is the address to that specific file you've uploaded to the server, and this specific address can be used anywhere in the world in a browser. So if I paste that URL in the browser itself, you'll find that it will directly go to that sound file, and you can play it directly from your browser, or of course you can download it. So this is what we want. Let's just type here. So we go back to Word, press, and you say download chapter 1. Alright, and then you select that words, and you've got here, you can make it bold, but there's a small button here called link. Press on the link and you paste basically that URL of the MP3 address into this area here, and it will create a link. Now it's underlined and it is actually a link. So if you go preview now this page so far, you've got steps to Christ, we've pasted the words in here of the document, and at the end we've got download the chapter 1. Okay, we should have said sound, but in any case, so if they click on it, it will go directly to that specific file to listen to it. They can of course download it and so on. So this is just a few steps to show you how easy it is to create the website, and of course there's more to it, but as you go on you can learn more, and you can also here in the document add a feature image. That's where you've got your feature images. This is what I've uploaded so far onto my the media. So I've selected now that cover page. So I just say set as feature. So now if I say preview, now I've added the picture. It was so easy as that. So nothing really difficult, honestly, nothing difficult, and some basics for you to create your own website. And for this purpose, we've already in the preview added the cover page, we've added the content to read, and we've added the voice to listen to, the link to the MP3 file. And voila, there's your website. Of course, you can make it more pretty with the colors and your own styles and so on, but that I will leave to you. So How do I create an ad then now on Facebook? When you've created your page, on the left top corner you'll see Ad Center. So you click on Ad Center. If you go to Ad Center, here you can see my previous advertisement, what happened. About 17,000 people was reached. Post engagement, 10,000 watched the video, and 705 people clicked the link to that website. Alright, so that was what we 1,260 rand it cost me, and that was my previous campaign. Alright, but now I want to create a campaign. Let's say create ad. So you just press create ad, and how would you like to grow your business? So my business is the word of God. The gospel must be shared. So I want people to read the gospel, but let's let them read Steps to Christ, so they know how to know Christ. You can boost a post, so you can have a post that you can boost, promote your page. There you can promote your own page, and you don't need to create a website, and you just need to have a Facebook page. You can promote your page, promote your business locally, and get more website visitors. Now that's what I wanted to do. So you just click on there, and the next they ask you, alright, what is the URL? What's the address of your website? So that was my address. I've already typed it in there. Format, you just go through this. I want this video, upload a video to choose from one of your pages. So you want to use a single image to advertise something, or you can use a video. So we've done a video. So you click on the video, and then you haven't added your video yet. So you just add your video here, and you literally just type in everything that they ask. Headline, what should the text be? What should the advertised text look like? Apply now, download, learn more. So I choose learn more, and here you can say, people who like your page, or you can say people choose through targeting. Yes, let's do targeting. Now here on targeting, you can say, alright, I'd like to have people of a specific age group. You can actually choose your age group, from which age to your age group. You can say men or women, and now you see the area, Bella Bella, Limpopo, or you can say, you can type in a different place. You can even, here in the map, you can add a location. Let's say Lepalale. So that's where we did it previously. And here you can see in the map the area. Potential audience size, they say 51,000. So that's the surrounding smaller towns as well. And the farms, the whole area. You can make it bigger, smaller. You can say 25 mileage, and you can even large, make it 50 miles. Oh, that's even across the border. Now we go to Botswana. Quite nice, eh? You can advertise in Botswana. Right, so you just say your size is set. You just save it. So that's your area you want to save. You want to target, and then of course your budget. Here you type in your budget, how much money you want to spend, and this total says 50 rand a day for 5 days, so it's a total of 250 rand. So you can make your budget bigger if you wanted to, and so we did 18 days, and we've, I think, spent 70 rand a day. Yeah, that's it. 70 rand a day for 18 days, 1,260 rand, and that's what we've spent in for our advertisement. And then you promote it, and it will go through a process. They must first approve it, and as soon as it's approved, it will start, and you're set to go. So So if you've got a seminar you want to advertise, you can also do it through Facebook, and you can boost your post, you can boost the video, and you can boost it to say you must contact us on WhatsApp. There's a WhatsApp option also. Then they can WhatsApp you. So they see the video, they're interested, they want to book. So they don't book the old style of phoning you, they can book straight away. Just pressing the button and filling in a form, and you've got the contact information. Or you can tell them, WhatsApp me, and they will WhatsApp you via the program, and the next moment you're in contact with a new candidate who wants to come and watch a lecture you're advertising. The next step we want to do with our website and the whole advertising is to create a video for each chapter of Steps to Christ. And as soon as we've done creating a video for each chapter, we want to advertise every month one chapter. But we want to now enlarge our website so much so that there is actual Bible studies connected to each and every chapter. And then we also want to create groups that they can join a group that study together. So we invite them to the website, and on the website we invite them to join a group. It can be a Zoom group, a virtual group. It can be a physical place where they can come and meet. And so every month we'll have a next chapter to be advertised, and which we will study in more depth. And I hope this method inspired you and show you that it's not so difficult. Of course, you need to go and play with the video editing. You need to go play with the WordPress to have a better knowledge of this. But I hope it will get you going, to let you realize it's not such a big mountain to climb. And if it's still a big mountain to climb, please stay tuned in, because by 12 o'clock we will have a Zoom meeting where you can ask your questions, and I will be happy to help you with the questions you've got.